The horses were restless. She could hear them snorting and skirting, hear someone whispering to them, murmuring soothing sounds. The sun was only just breaking through the clouds, and the hour that had hung over the mudflats long past the morning and into the afternoon was finally evaporating. The tide had finally come in, and the fishing skiff that had been beached was beginning to wobble as the waves lapped its frame. The crew busied themselves sorting the gear, ignoring the company on the rocky coast, avoiding eye contact with her. One of her companions made to speak, but she cut him off. The decision is made. This small group had journeyed with her from that grim battlefield. They had ridden through the night, wrapping themselves in their cloaks as they snatched fitful bursts of rest. After 3 days, they reached the abbey at Dundrennan, a brief respite, a momentary sanctuary. It was there that she had informed them of her plan to cross the water. To a man, they had missed no opportunity to try to persuade her otherwise, to plead with her to change her mind, but Mary had decided. She watched as the captain stood up, looked hard at her, and nodded. It was time to go. She had already said her farewells to the men left at the top of the sandbank, but she accepted a final bow from them, gifted them an encouraging smile, and turned away to scramble down the hillock towards the water. She stepped confidently into the small vessel, batting away an outstretched hand, landing steady and still. She was wearing the riding clothes she had managed to scrabble together from the servants at Dundrennan. There were no bustling skirts to navigate. Good thing too, she mused. There would have been no room for the voluminous fabrics. She would have had to strip to her shift to squeeze into the boat, and think of the gossip that would have caused. She laughed, imagining the scandalised look on the faces of those dour preachers back in Edinburgh. Settling herself in the vessel, the fishermen pushed off from the coast. The wind had picked up while they waited, and now it gathered them up, bustling them quickly away from the land. Mary watched as the men faded from view, gazed for a moment as Scotland receded. She had left her kingdom once before, never knowing when she would return. This time she would not be gone long. She would return to claim her throne. She just had to convince Elizabeth to help her. Shaking away any doubts, she drew herself up and turned her eyes away, looking, always toward England.